Excuse me, sir. Sorry for pointing it out, but I think there's something severely wrong with your head. Hey there everyone, Dan here from the Diamond Minecart and welcome to another Minecraft mod review where today I'm going to be showcasing the AltriaCraft mod, which adds in a whole new way of smithing swords and creating weapons into the game where you can end up creating extremely powerful swords in exchange for some hard work and rare minerals. Now I will say that this mod is currently a heavy work in progress, so more things are to be added and more systems and stuff like that, but the idea behind it and what has been implemented already is so good that I just wanted to show it off. So we're going to start off with some new ores, which are kind of like the core behind all of the new recipes in this mod. So we've got silver ore, we've got crystal ore, torvalite ore, and hydrolute ore. So first up, the silver ore will drop silver, but they've kind of changed and overhauled the way that silver, iron, and gold has been mined. So what you'll get is something like this. So when you mine silver, iron, and gold, you will get what is called a silver ore chunk, or a gold ore chunk, or a iron ore chunk. And it's changed so that you actually have to smelt these instead of the ores so that you can get the ores out. So we're going to smelt this silver ore chunk, and it says a chunk of silver ore needs to be smelted, so it's got a nice little description for you. When we smelt this, we will get a ore of silver, or a ingot of silver rather. So there we go, an ingot of shiny silver. Werewolf defense? Yes, I think that will be great. So we've got a silver ingot, and this will be used later on in the mod. Then we've also got crystal ore, which will drop Ezralite crystals, which aren't implemented in the mod yet, but look pretty cool. And then we've got torvalite ore, which will drop torvalite dust, and that also isn't implemented yet, but it looks cool as hell. So now we're moving on to hydrolute ore, and this will only spawn in the nether, and if you start to mine this, it can and has a chance to explode. So there's a slight chance, it doesn't say on the mod for it how much of a chance there is of it exploding, but if you do have a pickaxe with silk touch, you will avoid the explosion. So be very, very careful when getting this, but it is a very, very powerful ore that we'll get onto later on. So that is pretty cool, and a nice selection of new ores and a new furnace method too. So moving on, we've got our first sword of the mod, which is the wooden sword, and it's been completely overhauled. It does 1.5 damage and is crafted like this, and comes out kind of like a bit bigger but a bit thinner, if you know what I mean. So it's looking pretty cool. It's called a wooden blade and looks awesome. So that is my first sword, and the first sword that you can smith in the normal crafting table. And I say that because for the next one, you're actually going to need a different way to craft the swords, which is a blade works. And for this, you're going to need 2 smooth stones, 1 crafting table, and 3 iron in this pattern to make one of these, the blade works. Now this doesn't work by itself. You're actually going to need to make it a structure to be able to make it to work. So if we right click this, it actually does nothing right now because the surroundings are not adequate for it to be working. You're actually going to need a block of air above and some fire behind it. So we're going to light the fire, and as you can see, we can't right click this at all now, it won't work, but if we light the fire behind it, we now can start smithing, and you get this new crafting grid up here. You've got a renaming bar here, you've got something to kind of change the way that you get upgrades in this mod, and then you've got the output as well. So we're going to look at some recipes for this. First off, you're going to have like all of the normal grade weapons. You've got iron and you've got gold. So the iron one obviously uses all iron, and we're going to take this and show you how it works. So we're going to take all of the iron in here, right click the smithing table, and then put our iron into here. And this is the recipe for the iron sword. We're also going to be able to name it. So let's just name it, let me think, Salazar. So we're going to name our sword Salazar. We'll be able to take it out of the smithing bench. It will make the anvil sound, and we'll be able to plop it back into our inventory. So it's a Salazar blade, it's iron, and it's a low grade right now, and we'll get to the different grades and how you can improve them in a bit. So let's look at the rest of the recipes. Now you know how to do that, and we're going to change it to day right now because we don't want any mobs sneaking up on us and exploding the whole thing. So we're going to move on to some more crafting recipes. We've got the golden blade as well, which takes 3 iron and 3 gold. This obviously has the normal durability and strength of a golden sword. And then we've got some more powerful ones. We have the silver blade, which is using the new silver ingots from earlier, and we showed you how to get those, also with 3 iron ingots. And then we've got the goddess edge, which is pretty cool sword, and this one is fairly weak. It's the same as the iron sword, because in the future, the mod creator said that he will have different ways to upgrade these special swords. So the goddess is a very special sword. You can need 2 silver and 4 iron to create it. And also as a note, for the silver blade, this is stronger than iron but weaker than diamond, so it's kind of in between the two, so definitely worth crafting. And we've also got the diamond blade, as you would imagine, with the 3 irons for the hilt and then 3 diamonds for the blade. So that is pretty cool. It's a very innovative new way to create swords, and I think they may be slightly more powerful than normal swords, which is why you want to create them. or it just completely overhauls the whole thing. I'm not too sure just yet. But anyway, I did mention about grades, and you can make different grade weapons. These ones by default are low grades, but you can actually make mid-grade ones, which are a bit better and more durable with using coal. And then you can have higher grade weapons by using blaze rods, and then super grade is from, oh my god, I've forgotten what it's called. Let's go back over here. It's the one from the nether. I can't remember the name. Hydraloot. So when you mine Hydraloot, you'll get this Hydraloot gem, and you'll be able to use it to make super grade weapons. So let's just try that out quickly. Let's just grab some coal, and we'll be able to make another weapon. So let's make a diamond one just because. So let's grab these and go over to the smithing table, and we'll be able to put this in like, nope, that's wrong. We'll put it in like this, add the diamonds to it, and then you can see it's a low grade right now. And then if you put the coal in, it will grow up one kind of step on the ladder. There's about 5 steps, and now it'll be a mid-grade, so it'll be more durable and more powerful, which is sweet. So you can make really, really powerful and durable weapons rather than the normal swords. It's really in-depth and really awesome too. So also in this mod, there is a thing called the age system, which is kind of like a system that rewards you for killing mobs, and the more mobs you kill, the more stuff you get. And to craft what is called an awakening gem, which will start collecting your age points, you need 5 golden nuggets, 1 ender pearl, and a lapis block or piece of lapis. So what you need this for, the awakening gem, it's a gem symbolic of victory and bravery in combat, and for each mob that you kill will give you different age points. So it's kind of like a point system that rewards you by giving you special perks and abilities when you're creating your swords in future updates of the mod. So the mod creator has said that each piece of age points will be determined on what sword you're using, how much armor you're wearing, and how powerful the mob is. So say that you kill a zombie with your fists, that'll be rewarded with more points than if you kill it with a diamond sword and stuff like that. So that is a really cool feature, and really weak mobs like witches and slimes, just off the top of my head, don't give you age points, and I don't think the ender dragon does either, just as a extra pointer. And for the age system, you can start to turn your awakening gem into further awakening gems. So upon getting 10,000 age points, you get the more cool looking awakening gem. When you get 30,000 age points, you get an even cooler looking one, and the best one is 70k. So it just looks pretty cool, and is going to be used in the future mod to be able to upgrade your swords and give them even more abilities later on. So also in this chest here, we have a few valuables that the more age points you get, the more chance the mobs have of dropping this really rare drop. So you've got 4 different ones, which are the carbide ingot, the moissanite shard, the AO feather, and the oh wow, that word, auricalcium ingot. So all of these are not used at the moment, but as with the age system, the awakening gems, we'll be able to craft even more powerful and more majestic swords. So just a reminder, the more age points you have, the more chance there is for mobs to drop these things. And speaking of mobs, the last part of this mod is new mobs. So we've got new mobs called the cube head, the Gemini spider, and the zombie golems, and these spawn in special structures called relic dungeons, which are found beneath the ground and are guarding something that's really precious but isn't in the mod just yet. So I won't find them just now because it'll be pretty pointless, but these are the cool looking mobs, and this is one of my favorite ones. This is Cubehead. He's looking really awesome. He's got kind of like a chiseled stone block as his head. He's leaning over. That it looks pretty heavy, and your hip is out of joint. So this is a guy that will guard the relic dungeon, and he's pretty cool. He's just like a normal hostile mob and just attack you with melee damage. He's got an iron sword going on there as well, so it's pretty heavy damage, and he will drop bones. And then we've got another one which is really cool called the Gemini spider, and this one is awesome. So this looks like a purple spider. It looks all normal, but when you hit it, it will split into 2. So this kind of uses the same mechanics as slimes, and as you hit each one, it will have a opportunity to split into 2 more. So let's show you that again. And if you hit this, it will spawn into 2. And then if I hit it again, sorry, it will spawn into 2 more. So it depends on what kind of power of weapon you have, depending on how many there will spawn into. So this is a really, really unique and really awesome idea. I really like it. So on to the last mob, which is the zombie golem. And the zombie golem kind of bends over. He's got kind of like a really hunchback and particles coming out of him, and he is just a normal zombie. He will eventually catch light in the daylight, and he just acts like a normal zombie. So this has been a pretty extensive mod review on a mod that's fairly new, but I think it is really awesome, a really original idea, and has a lot of potential. So if you do like what you see and want to try it out for yourself while it's in alpha release, then please go to the description below to check it out, and check out the modder. He's a really awesome guy for making this mod. So if you're new to the channel also, then please do hit that subscribe button for daily Minecraft videos, and for all of you, a like and a favorite would be greatly appreciated too. So thanks a lot guys for watching. Do go check out this mod, and I hope I have explained it all fairly well for you. It's very, very complicated, but it is definitely worth it in the end, and it's going to be an amazing mod. So watch out for it. Thanks a lot for watching guys again, and goodbye.